What's up? What's up? What's up,
Hey
everybody? How y'all
everybody.
doing? We are back in the studio again
Mhm.
at WPMM Radio.
Mhm.
Turn on these comments, make sure we straight and stuff. It's gonna be interesting. Y'all know, literally, I don't even know what we're talking about tonight. Wait a minute, this the wrong line.
That's crazy.
Do you?
I do know what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. All right, bet. Well, you can go ahead and lead off on the show then, since I'm confused.
So y'all, today we're talking about karma and how weird things happen and it's just your karma. So, if y'all have been watching the news, you'll see Hurricane Helene. Well, baby girl did her big one up there over in the Appalachian Mountains, okay? Because it seems to me that they found thousands of them folks in the waters and us people untouched.
Yeah, it's a lot of our people don't really.
It's crazy though, because I thought they could swim. I thought we couldn't swim.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
We gotta be like we don't have to be anything, but at the same time, you wanna stay you don't have to stay nowhere. Look, this is what it is. There are prophecies being fulfilled,
Mhm.
and at the same time as those prophecies are being fulfilled, you also have those that look to take advantage of prophecies being fulfilled.
Mm.
So what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I guess I don't. I've never heard
You
that
never heard
before.
that before?
No.
Don't they say that? The enemy, leave that in the comments for me. I think it's something like that. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
The enemy of my enemy.
Of my enemy.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
my
that makes
friend.
sense. Okay,
Right?
I'll let you cook on that.
So my enemy,
Mm.
which I've just now starting to realize, a lot of us are just now starting to realize who they really are. My enemy has enemies because now their own people turn their back on them.
Mm.
The government is not sending them aid. They talking a good game. It sound good, but when you hear the actual people that's down on the ground sending out the video for help and all this kind of stuff,
Mhm.
when they call FEMA for assistance, they're getting a runaround. More people are being told no, they don't qualify than them people that they're actually helping.
Mm.
And then on top of that, the FEMA representatives are only setting up in certain places.
Yeah.
So if you're disenfranchised by the storm,
Mm.
you have to get to them to even apply. So think about all these people that are in remote areas and the roads has been completely washed out. Because I don't know, you ever been to Tennessee?
Mhm.
You been to South North Carolina?
I think so. Yeah.
Like in the mountains part? Like y'all
No,
drove up through the
but
mountains?
up there.
What about in Tennessee? You drove through the mountains?
Mm-hmm.
So you remember how the mountains, like the roads be like right on the side of the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if you're coming in and you come into a town.
Mm-hmm.
So the way in has been washed out.
Mm.
And the way out has been washed out.
Stranded.
So you're stranded.
Mm-mm.
Then all the cell phone towers got sucked away by the water.
That's crazy.
So there's no cell phone reception.
That sounds like a horror movie.
That sounds like Katrina.
Mm.
Mm.
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
That's crazy.
You ever seen the videos
Of Katrina?
of the stuff from
Helene?
up there? You seen them?
I was waiting for her to come. I was bracing myself, but she didn't come. She just went on right on up.
Oh no, it's too much brown in this time.
Well, thank God for the brown.
Brown is where it's at. Look, man, things look. Somebody gonna start telling the truth, and it's gonna be us. We've been telling it the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But when the dust settles for all of this, there's gonna be some issues in this country.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some major issues. When I turn on the news, I guess not really the news because I don't really watch the news per se. I like to watch when people take the news and compare, contrast it with other stuff so you can get the reality. So if you just watch the news only, they lie
all the time.
you know. So like when I'm watching what's happening now, and as the government is treating these people this way, and then the news is misrepresenting what's going on, these people that are they're the same, they look exactly the same now. They're getting more infuriated. Now, mind you, now this is one thing.
What?
The majority of the people up there in them hills were for Trump. Just recently, Carolina was swung to a blue state when it's always been red. So they put it as a Democratic state now. Look, man, if you know, you know.
Yeah, it's true, but I'm fool with that lady.
Nobody fool with it. If you know, you know. These are prophecies being fulfilled in this hour.
I was watching so many videos on her lately. Candace ripped her to shreds. I love Candace Owens, but it was something about how like they were showing like how she's reptilian, and like how her eyes. She was in a picture with somebody, and like her eyes was like completely black, and I was like, But of course, after we spotted it, they went back and photoshopped it.
Of course, and stuff gets scrubbed.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that too. You ever heard from this dude called B-Dale?
B-Dale?
Yeah. No. He be talking about all the genders and all that stuff. They had made a video about the clones that's being put out into the world right now through government, the shadow government, because they're trying to keep control. So the Kamala thing, that's understood. This stuff is so weird to talk about, man.
It's very weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just when you really grasp your mind around, it's like, what do we see? Think about 10 years ago. These conversations, though we would have been talking about stuff here and there, but these like the reality of the conspiracy theory conversation is actually real.
Yeah, it's been real.
And that puts a whole nother thing on it, because they got videos now, people talking about they heard the dams blow. Let's go back a little bit further.
Okay.
When you look at that water that's pouring down the hill like that, coming down the mountains, it's coming down in a torrential, like a tsunami.
Yeah.
Okay. When you have a storm that's a hurricane, mountain ranges break up storms. So the winds are going to decrease, the rain is going to decrease, everything going to decrease. Then on top of that, you're on a mountain. So when the water hit, it's a mountain. So it's going to go straight down to the river and go downhill, right?
Right.
These people took video, and what you saw coming down the hill was a tsunami of water.
They planned it.
They
just
broke
like
the dams.
In Katrina.
They broke the dams.
They broke the levees.
That's right. Now, why would they do that?
To wipe people out.
But why though?
To start new, to start fresh.
Oh,
that's what they doing in New Orleans.
What?
Remember when Katrina came, wiped out all them people? Now they building up homes and stuff and making it new modern and everything.
Oh, you ain't heard. Okay. You put your phone on some game.
All right.
Elon Musk. Listen.
Why is he everywhere right now?
Because he gotta be. So look, Elon Musk has been helping people get off the mountain. I just talked about this morning. Elon Musk has been helping people get off the mountain, right? So he invested in getting supplies, getting rides for people to get down off the mountain.
Like right now, like after the hurricane?
After the hurricane came, he's helping people come off the mountain. So he employed like some local helicopter people and stuff like that to go in and, help get people off the mountain. Here's the thing. In that area of Asheville, Kentucky, that's been completely separated from the rest of the world, they are about to classify it quarantine dead zone. Okay? Because there's so many bodies that's under the mud and in the rubble, like the smell is just okay. Now, underground in Asheville, North Carolina, they just found the largest lithium deposit in the world. You know what lithium is for, right?
Everything. Well, almost everything.
Everything electronic. Robots, electric cars, automated systems, computers, cell phones. Lithium. You got to have lithium to make them run. So now, those people, a lot of that lithium is on ancient tribal lands. Ancient, it always got to do with the Indians. Didn't I tell you that last time? It always got to do with the Indians. It always has to do with the Indians. Always. And the Indians is you and me because they're banking that we're never going to stand up and take our land back. They're banking on it. You know what I'm saying? So they wipe out their own people, bank on us not to stand up and take back what's ours because we don't even know we Indians. We call ourselves black and African American. So we don't even know the power we got. So literally the land has just been abandoned.
Mm.
You understand? Once they quarantine at a dead zone, nobody can go in there. So after so many years, the government can just absorb it and sell it. So they're already talking about opening up a lithium mine by 2026. This has already been a plan before the storm happened. They just been waiting on a reason to get them people out of there. That's what they're talking about in the mouth.
Or they was a part of it from the whole time. They planned it.
Of course. But the storm coming through, open the dams, break the dams, say they were faulty. Now, mind you, gotta understand something. There's been plenty of hurricanes go up through there.
Mm-hmm.
There's been plenty of storms and rain and wind and stuff like that. It happens a lot. I mean, they're on the eastern coast.
Mm-hmm.
So all these storms that came and went right up through Florida, right up through that same area, over and over and over for hundreds of years. Because you gotta know, a lot of those people are living in their great grandparents' houses.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So these houses have withstood all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, whole cities are wiped off the map completely.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Bananas. Bonkers.
What else? Flabbergasting.
Appalling.
Facts. That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's wild, man.
Oh my God. But I don't know. We were doing a deep dive on TikTok about FEMA. Apparently, FEMA is a part of like child trafficking, money laundering, all that stuff. It's just a cover up.
All right. It's facts. Nobody's asking where the money went. Well, they told us where the money went, but nobody asking what the money's for. Never asked that question. You know, they told them people they only gonna give them $700 something each.
700.
Kamala Harris came on national TV and said we can give y'all $700 something for immediate needs right now, but you gotta get to the FEMA person to apply for the $700 something.
$700.
$700.
I don't have a house, girl. What is $700 gonna do for me?
You tell me. People are furious. Look, and FEMA came and told everybody that they have no more money for any more disasters. So they went to the federal government to ask for another bailout. Why? Because they sent millions, hundreds of millions of dollars overseas.
Overseas for war.
No, for refugees.
Funding.
No, for refugees. FEMA been giving money to these people coming inside the border. They've been paying them they've been giving.
So what I gotta do? Leave and come back for you to pay me?
No. You gotta understand what's going on so you can go claim what's yours.
This is crazy.
Because what's happening is criminal. Trump tried to give it back. Look, Trump tried to tell these folks exactly what to do to get out of this situation. They're not listening. So if you know any Caucasian people out there that are confused about what's going on, invite them to come here because they need to know as much as we do exactly what's happening to their people. You have the opportunity to give it back. We are literally under the plagues of Egypt. Excuse me. They are literally under the plagues of Egypt. And what did Pharaoh say? Or what did Moses say to Pharaoh that God told him to say to Pharaoh?
Let my people go.
Let my people go.
That's crazy.
My people go.
I knew history always repeats itself.
It always repeats itself. But when you talk like this in front of regular people, they want it to be 3D so bad that it has to be because of the government, this, that, and the third, XYZ, which that's a part of it. Because this is a ritual. That was a sacrifice. You don't lose that many lives on accident.
Sure don't.
You don't. It don't work like that. When you have natural disaster, most of them are orchestrated. I mean, let's just keep it a book. Most natural disasters are orchestrated because natural disasters make a lot of money. It generates a lot of money. You know what I mean? So now you have the interest in the lithium deposit. Okay, lithium mines are being built all over the world right now because they're expecting the world to go full automation. Let me ask you a question.
Just like at the ports.
Exactly. That's exactly why they're shutting down because they're trying to do everything by robot, more lithium.
That's
And the people are
crazy.
like, no, you got to pay the labor. We've been here. You can't just come and replace us all with robots and send us all home. That's crazy.
You know what they found in them bins and stuff?
People.
Kids
Yeah.
screaming for help.
Yeah. That's why they went and met with them and had negotiation because the port workers was coming forward. They said, man, we finna tell what's going on. Like,
Y'all better pay them folks.
better pay them people.
I don't know how much they paying, but
Politicians.
y'all need to pay them.
Oh, but wait a minute now. This is the thing. If I pay them people now, all the nurses gonna go on strike.
Heck yeah.
See, that's what's gonna mess up the country.
Nurses,
Everybody.
everybody medical need to go on strike because they
Everybody.
underpaid.
Okay, so what is that gonna do on the back end? Even though you may have a positive outlook on why you're going for money, but all that's gonna do is just push the robots into your position faster.
Yeah. I seen, what was it? It was like a Simpson episode. It was like a robot nurse.
They coming. They already have them in China. Robotic nurse. They'll drive around. They'll take your temperature. They'll take your vitals. They'll scan your vitals. They'll tell you exactly what you need, and they'll go report back and bring back what you need, like that. Robotic nurse. And you know what's gonna bring that online even more? The next wave of coke.
You said cocaine?
The next wave of
booger sugar. You said coke. Is it booger sugar? Well,
no, the next wave of C-19.
Oh, yeah, they said it's coming, outbreak coming back again. That's why you got to get your boosters and everything.
But that's what's going to bring on the wave of robots in the hospital.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Listen, man, if you're a nurse and you don't have any technology background, I suggest you go get some. If you're in nursing, I suggest you go get technology as a background because you're going to need it. Everything is going to be automated.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying? So they're not going to need regular nurses because they're going to have robots to do these things. You feel me? Like changing a bed or cleaning a room, or like they're not going to need you for that. So you get tired. The robot never get tired. As soon as somebody out, they clean it up, somebody in. Be just like that. They're literally telling us what's coming. Did you see that movie? What's that movie? WALL-E?
Yeah, WALL-E.
Yeah, WALL-E with that little robot. Okay, so all the people was fat and lazy, and they was being floated around. What we didn't pay attention to was that it was only a few people talking about they finna go restart the world, right? And there was only a few of them. So everybody else was expendable. That's the dark side of WALL-E. They got rid of everybody else in the population and killed off the population of the planet and reduced it to only those people because that's all they need to operate the robots. You feel me? That's scary.
Real scary.
So now look, and you know they show us everything before it happened. So now look, when it comes down to this lithium thing, what do you think is mining the lithium?
Robots.
But why?
Because we underpaid.
Because we underpaid.
And we get tired and want to go on strike.
And we do. But think about Terminator. So if you think about it, because a computer program, aka Skynet, aka the Matrix, is online and AI is coming online fully automated. See, everything's gonna be being ran by AI. So AI is putting in order to get these things done. You see what I'm saying? Pull more lithium, pull all the lithium out of the ground and put it in where we can make duplications of robots and technology. Because this right here, though, is, this is gonna become obsolete.
Yeah.
People gonna be walking around with glasses on and contact lenses. They can talk to you straight up directly.
That was in the movie somewhere.
Yeah, it was in the movie.
I forgot what movie it was.
Was it Tom Cruise in the movie? I think Tom Cruise.
It was one of them, yeah.
So, but when these things become obsolete and the normal way of doing things become obsolete, we're going to be surrounded by AI tech. That is what, Alexa, that's what that is. That's the AI. That's the brain. So we're literally all talking to it at once. So it's learning from all of us at one time.
Listen to you all day, every day.
All y'all at one time, because I'm cool on it. But That is the AI brain that's learning. Now all they got to do is take the AI brain, and they can compartmentalize the personalities into 100 million robots because they have everybody's personality. You see what I'm saying? This what we're dealing with, and this is real time. But when you talk like this to regular people, most people can't keep up with it.
Okay.
You know, they can't comprehend that.
Span too short.
Right. But in China, Japan, they have armed guard robots,
I saw 'em.
butlers that are robots,
Butlers, all that
driving the
stuff.
cars,
Mhm.
robot. Like they're going into a robotic world already.
Teachers.
Teachers are robots.
That's crazy.
It's getting creepy out here, man.
Real creepy.
It's getting creepy out here, man. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question
Okay.
about the flood stuff. You tell me what you think. So I had an idea
Hmm.
that they're feeding something.
Yeah.
Something is being fed because the government said they're not going in there to go recover no bodies. They said they're not going in there to go recover nothing, even though they flew over and they could see the bodies along the shore, mixing of debris. You know what I'm saying? The people, the babies, the women. They see all these things, the animals, everything, but they said they're not going there to clean up nothing. It's not weird. Can you imagine the E. coli, the bacteria, stuff that's going to be built up like that out there from non-recovery? And what about the people that are missing their family members will never see them again? They're just gone now.
Without an explanation,
With
without
no
a trace.
explanation. And the government says, we're not doing anybody recovery. That don't even sound like the military to
It
say that.
don't.
I think they're feeding something.
And it's right before a presidential election. Don't like most elections feed off of like rituals and like energy from the people? So that wow.
See, now we're trying to open up a rabbit. We're about to open up a warthog hole.
That's crazy though. Majority of the times, elections gonna come up, something crazy happen, whether it be somebody sacrificed by like police brutality, all that stuff. Sandra Massey.
That's right. You know, they're talking about shutting down the government or canceling the election.
For what?
Canceling the election.
You don't find that suspicious?
I do find that suspicious.
I find
First of
everything
all,
suspicious.
the rules say that you can never cancel an election because, and I talked about this earlier too, but the president has to come out of office by January 20th. January 20th is the last day they can be in there. So if you cancel the election and throw it off, the paperwork that needs to be done, the process that got to be done to transfer power, now that's thrown off. Now the president is in there past January 20th. That's against the Constitution.
Everything's against the Constitution.
The Constitution is the rules that the Indians put in place.
And they use it against us.
Of course. They use everything against us. Of course.
I don't fool with them.
But we're creating all this stuff. So that lets you know that even from a regular standpoint, it's all still in our power. We're just not in the right power structure. It's people on there talking about they Cherokee Indians now.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like George Bush. Okay.
Talk about the Porch Creek Indians and all them.
I'm talking, the Cherokees and all them. They talking about the Cherokees,
Indians,
Muskogee, all this kind of
the
stuff.
The Indians didn't need sunscreen to be outside in the sun.
Thank you. But they claiming that they're Indians. They look like George Bush.
How you don't got Indian in your what?
Okay.
I just don't know.
It's all gonna come to a head. It's coming to a head fast. Like this is not gonna stop until it's returned. It won't stop. So now the United Nations gave all the land back to the Indians of America, the black and brown people. They didn't give us a classification. On the paperwork, it said the black and brown races of America, right? So that could be the Mexicans coming across the border. That could be whoever claims that thing, right? So because we're not standing in our position, we're supposed to be like American Indian, you American Indian.
I'm American Indian.
American Indian, American Indian.
I don't even look black way.
Then we gather together and we go to our supposed leaders to go get our stuff.
Where they at?
They in Congress, the Senate.
The Indians?
No, they're not Indians. They're now Caucasians and whatever else. But they still have a duty to the seat they're in.
I don't like that. Cause
But
why I gotta come to you and tell you what's mine?
well, it would either be them or it'll be one of us. But see, the thing is, they wiggle their way into the seats like poison, and then manipulated the paperwork so that we misunderstand. So now, when we go back to them as who it's supposed to be, you got to know what you're supposed to have. And see, when you got a Cherokee man and he over there looking like George Bush granddaddy, but the casino is paying this man. What did this man say on that video? He said that from the time they're born, once they're listed as a Cherokee,
Mhm.
a pretendian, a $5 Indian, false. They list themselves as by the time they're 18, they have a stipend waiting on them over $500,000. That's 18 coming out of high school. When they come out of high school, they get 25% of that $500,000 as soon as they turn 18. That's $75,000 coming out of high school. That is supposed to be going to you and me. But our forefathers misclassified us as Negro, Black, African American, colored, because they took us away from the Indian birthright that we naturally have by blood. These people are living our life.
They are every
That is
day.
what's going on. So when you now, this dude I'm telling you about, the place I'm telling you about was called Cherokee, North Carolina. It's been destroyed. Go look up Cherokee, North Carolina, Hurricane Helene right now. It's been destroyed. The spirit ain't playing. You must return back to the Indians what is theirs, including the mindset of who they are. Because you're lying to us all this time talking about black, African
I'm black.
American, Negro, colored, all this stuff you've been claiming our forefathers all this time, when the reality is we are the true and only American Indian of this land. We come from the land. So the land is speaking for us. That's why it's devastation. Black people don't live in the mountains. We live in lowland areas,
Mhm.
close to water. We don't live in mountains. Thousands of people died. The news outlets are calling it a biblical thing. When do you hear the news say something is biblical?
Never.
Okay, because we're in Revelations.
Heck yeah.
So your enemies must pay for what they have done to you. That's in
Mm.
Revelations. You
I
can't
just
avoid it.
love when the Lord take revenge, you know?
That's what I'm
I just
saying.
love it.
Because the children of Israel will be redeemed. There's
Mhm.
nothing you can do to avoid it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay. So now look what they do. Try to create a digital world to go hide in. Pull all the money to the digital world, pull all that energy to something that's outside of the analog signal. It won't work. It won't work. Create robots. They won't work. The sun too hot. What you gonna do? Make them hotter than the sun?
They overheat. Just like these
It won't
phones.
work.
They overheat.
You feel what I'm saying? It won't work.
Mm-mm-mm.
And somebody got to come forward and tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because you hear all these people talking. You hear your 19 key, this person, that person, this person, but nobody's connecting the dots. Nobody's teaching our people the connection of the dots. First of all of those people standing in front of you with 19 keys are Moors. That's the first thing.
Moors.
They're Moorish.
Is that a religion?
Not really. Kind of. Not really. The Moors came in through the African groups. So the European nobility were originally black, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were Africans. They were African nobility, aka Moors. The Moors are the mix between the alien subspecies. They go deep. The alien subspecies, and it's all in the Bible, it's all laid out there.
Mm.
And then a human byproduct. So when they say they came down and they saw the women of men or whatever, and they came unto them and did this all kind of defile them and all this other kind of stuff. So you have those groups that came down to it through Africa. That's why you get to when they blend with people, they create the albino effect. That's where the albinism begins. Is the blending of those people with people here. You understand? Because there's three melanated races on the planet: the Mongolians, the African group, and us. Everything else is a variation in between.
So like Nephilims.
Yes, exactly. So the albinism or the recession of melanin comes from their people. You understand? That's why Africa has the largest population of albinism. And after that, you go into India, you see albino Dravidian, like a white man. Then you go into Asia, you get albino Asians. That's they overrun the land.
That's crazy.
That's what we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a Moor is, the Africanist group. So when you go overseas in Europe, you see them worshiping a Black Madonna. The Black Madonna is supposed to be relative to the Black nobility by using the energy of Urzuli. That's voodoo. It's all this stuff. It get deep. It's crazy. Like
that's crazy, it's but that makes so much sense
because we've been. But they tell us to stay away from this stuff. But they're using this stuff.
They're using it.
Okay, so now your Moorish groups came to America, right? They were Africans, nobility from Europe. We put them on. They used the armies to come over here to attack. It was the first invasion. That was the first genocide that was done. It was the first war that was done against our people to try to take over the land. It didn't work. So now they got to get divisive. How can we infiltrate that place without war? You feel me? You start sending babies, blankets with this, token items to say we your friends.
It's really voodoo.
Okay, and then you start creating treaties. You convince one Indian nation to give up its people. And you know who that was? It was the Cherokees.
That's crazy.
The Cherokees joined them in war against their own people because they had beef with other Indian nations. So the Muskogee, yeah, y'all can take them out. The Iroquois, yeah, y'all can have them too. We'll help y'all take them down. Thinking that they was going to get paid and uplifted. But when they did all this, the people that was invading turned on them also and took their land. Now you have the complete absorption of the 5 civilized tribes, and now it's overrun with white people. They're not even Indians.
Not even close. Indians. Not even in the ballpark.
Not even at all. 0% at all. At all. And if I tell you how they acquired the land, that's going to piss you off even further. You feel me? Because when in the South especially, the government came here and they did what was called land lottery. Okay? So they came on people's land. Let's say you own 200 acres of land. You got your whole family set up and then y'all got houses, everything. And all your livestock, everything is there. One day, I show up on your land and tell y'all got 2 hours to get off this property or everybody's dying. You're not going to fight back because you wasn't expecting this. These people are not supposed to be doing this according to the treaties. But in the South, it was lawless. You know what I'm saying? So they come to you and say, you have, and you're going to get off. Don't take nothing with you. Then they take that land and they give it a parcel number and they put it in a lottery. They pull that parcel and they pull a name. Oh, Mr. Johnson, you just won parcel such and such. Mr. Johnson come to the land and everything's already set up. He got cows, he got horses, he got sheep, he got 200 acres of land. Think about it. He has a whole house with furniture, with food, it's already set up. You feel what I'm saying? All I got to do is walk in here and, oh, look, they left their family history behind. I'm going to take their last name as if it's mine. This was what was going on in America. This is what don't nobody want to talk about.
Sure don't.
You understand what I'm saying? This is what don't nobody want us to know.
Y'all the real perpetrators.
They came over here on welfare with nothing. You got to understand that. These are foreigners that came here with nothing. Just like these people coming here with nothing. In Philadelphia, they overran with Somali people. They paying these Somalians to come over here. The black people in Philly are so upset. In Pennsylvania up there, they upset when they call it, hey man, come over here. Where you from? Where you from? Oh, I'm not from, I'm Somali. Man, get your ass away from me. They going off on them like, because it's like they're being overran like a plague. And these Somalian people, the government has given them the money to pay well over $3,000 or $4,000 a month in rent. They paying their utilities. They got food stamps. This is that and the third. All of this stuff is attack against the Indians because we are literally watching our money be spent by other people. And Trump tried to give it all to us. He tried to set us straight. Go buy property. Go get your business going. Go do this. Trump tried to set us straight. The whole rest of the world conspires against it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what our people like refusing to see for some reason.
They got amnesia now.
Amnesia.
Mm.
This is insane, man.
Very
I'm
insane.
telling you, like, but look how much we talking about. What Cat Williams said about 2024.
It's gonna be the year of transparency and truth.
Transparency and truth.
I still cannot stop rewatching that interview. That interview was crazy.
Set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit. Think about it. How many other interviews did he have after that? Not as dynamic. Nobody hit the same.
Mm-mm.
You know,
he went on like Joe Rogan or something like that, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
he wouldn't answer the right questions.
Oh, Joe Rogan. Oh yeah, no.
I was like, yeah, I'm turning this off.
But Joe Rogan be into them conspiracy theories. Like he be into that.
He do, but yeah, I don't know if he's trying to protect his channel or what.
Didn't he used to work for the UFC or something like that?
I believe it.
Okay, well, you never know.
I believe it.
But on Shannon Sharp show, every interview after Cat Williams, it just wasn't. It didn't hit like.
Now Monique's hit. I'm waiting for him to interview Jaguar Wright.
Oh, Jack. Oh,
if he interview her, oh baby, it's up.
You think she'll come on there? I don't think
yeah, she was on the news the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, before they was calling her crazy.
Crazy. She need to be locked up in the psych ward or something like that.
She conspiracy theory, this.
Mama knows.
Now she on the news.
She know.
Come on,
and man. She called out all of them. Diddy, Jay-Z, all of them. Got people thinking.
It's an interesting time.
Who's Kathy White? Girl, Kathy White is the real mother of them kids Beyonce got going right now.
What?
Yeah. You know that?
No, what happened? What you said?
Kathy White was the mistress to Beyonce and Jay-Z, but she killed her. She said it. She professed it in like a song.
Beyonce said that?
Yes.
What? You know all this is a distraction, don't you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm just a messenger.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing I'll be telling people, I'll be like, Lilith, Lilith in the Bible. Mm-hmm. When you speak that name, it gives you a certain feeling.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. More leaning towards negative. Mm-hmm. But Lilith is not negative.
Well, that's what they deem her as, negative.
No, Lilith and Adam were created from congruent wavelengths, which means that Adam was not able to control Lilith. It was more as a teamwork. So when people sitting up here, see, we don't even understand. We sit up here talking about this 50-50. That's because that's where we're supposed to, that's where we're the most powerful. 50-50 is one whole.
Yeah.
You understand? Mm-hmm. That's where together we're the most powerful. Mm-hmm. But society is teaching us to look at 50-50 as if it's negative.
It's really only as black folks melanated people talking about that.
Exactly.
Because don't no other culture be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go 50-50 with my man or this, that, and the other. I pay to be. No, like the girl, she know that she's the nurturer. The man know he's the provider. It ain't no debate in other cultures.
No debate.
But here we go. Talk about, oh, you gotta go 50-50, girl.
And if something does happen to the man where he go down or whatever, it's quicker and easier for his woman to pick up the slack because she knows her position.
But you got these females out here thinking if a man gets sick or whatever, oh, I got to get a divorce from him. He can't take care of me. It's supposed to be both ways.
See, sluts and hoes talk like that.
They out here.
Sluts and hoes talk like that. Real women don't talk like that. Mm-hmm. I never heard my grandma speak nothing like that. My granddaddy fell ill. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that. Sluts and hoes talk like that. I got to get the next one because it's only there to satisfy her. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. So she's even only there to satisfy her. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So there's no love there for real.
Explains the divorce rate.
Look, man. What do we know? We just out here.
Just out here.
Man, we just out here. We're doing crazy. Where's this going to end?
That's crazy to me.
I sat around and I was wondering, I was like, what if my grandma was still alive today? Like, what was she? What was man? That
Going
man.
crazy every day. Y'all training, got no home training. Mm. No home training.
Or even and see people that know me that know my family know Bishop Jimmy Lee Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what he would say, seeing this world how it is right now.
And none of y'all work for damn.
Whew. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we've
8-11.
we did all right.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on. There's so much to talk on. So many things that just I don't know what's gonna happen. Like it's the thing where you just don't know what the next future point is. Like you know how people say like I'm finna go buy me a house and fire. I'm finna do this, do that, do this and do that. I mean, you can make your plans now.
You can make them, but they ain't
It sound
gonna.
good. It sound good. I bet these people planning to see they one lady on the interview. She was like, yeah, my neighbor over there. She was just pointing to the different houses. Yeah, my neighbor over there, his chimney's left. We saw his house leave, and we ain't heard from him since.
Mm.
How you wake up one day and your people there, and the next day everybody just gone, like children walking around.
I mean, it
naked in
happened
the
to
room.
us when they bombed us over and over again.
Gotta feel
Black
that
Wall
hurt.
Street.
Gotta feel that
We
pain.
was just minding our business in our homes, chilling.
And people jealous.
My thing is, if you really wanted to be rich like the rest of us, you could have just easily just learned from us, or just tried to be at least real and like try to collaborate with us. You didn't have to kill us off. Just like when you first came in, if you didn't have a home, I'm pretty sure if you would have came in with pure intentions, everything could have been different. Like we could have shared the wealth, but you didn't want that. You wanted to take it. That's crazy to me. Like I'll never wrap my mind around that.
So most if we look at children like in elementary,
Mm-hmm.
most of the bad behavior comes from the underprivileged.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go back then, they was under the crown,
Mm-hmm.
and the crown was oppressive,
Right.
extremely oppressive. If you was at the bottom, you stayed at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And when we watch the movies and stuff, very rarely somebody would come out of the bottom and work their way up to like a general or something
Mm-hmm.
through war or something like that, right?
Mhm.
But it was rare.
Mhm.
Most people stayed in their place.
Mm.
So now here we is, the crown come and say, hey, we got an opportunity for y'all. You can go to America, help us, work the land and set up the new colonies and this and that, and we'll give you land. We'll give you land. Now, do you think that they're telling these people they're going there to go kill Indians? What they're telling these people is these are Africans that we imported as slaves. They're black or whatever. And you can treat them however you need to treat them.
To get the job done.
That's right. Now, what don't make sense to me is this. How can you come into a land, see these people here already, and then feel secure enough to hunt these people?
Gotta be demonic.
But
Gotta
if
be
these
possessed by something.
so then that means that you had to know they were Indians. You had to know they were Indians, not Africans that you mistook for this or whatever, and you hunt them down. You had to know that, or less. Look at people now. People will literally kill somebody based on prejudice, what they think of somebody else did.
Yeah.
So if I come from a land, and let's say the African nobility oppressed the Caucasian
Mm-hmm.
to the point of living in caves and getting the squalor,
Mm.
right? Living in filth.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see somebody that look like them in a high esteemed position, now I'm gonna want to kill them. Because the people that look like them from where I just came from, they kept their foot on my neck. So I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna take the competition out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mental illness,
It runs
schizophrenia.
rampant over with them. I was doing an eval on somebody the other day. Their whole family got mental illness. schizophrenia or something going in them. And I'm like, and y'all be wanting to procreate with these people? They're not well.
They're really not. And that's the truth. It only takes so much to activate it.
It only takes so much.
You know what they said about them people there in the mountains?
What?
People are taking supplies to go help them. The people that's up there, which I guess you can't blame them, I guess, but they're so desperate for food and water, and they're robbing the people that's coming to help them of the supplies. You're robbing the people that's coming to help you. They're not specifically looking for certain people. They're just looking for people to help. And you're robbing the people that's coming to help you.
Not supposed to bite their hand and feed you.
Animals do that.
They part animal.
This is crazy.
Neanderthal. Hybrids. Not human fully. Man,
This is insane.
Crazy.
This is insane.
I didn't know why you're gonna try to kill me off, and I'm trying to help you. We need to have a conversation.
We need to have a conversation.
Because I'll just mosey on back down the hill and leave you up here for dead.
I talked about Oscarville, Georgia, Lake Lanier. Anytime somebody builds a pond, don't they clean it out at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
You clean it out, you get it ready, you got to build your pond.
Mm-hmm.
They said they built Lake Lanier so it can supply water to Atlanta.
Stone Mountains.
Stone Mountain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was supposed to be a reservoir to hold water,
mm-hmm.
which means that you would have had plans to excavate. You got whole buildings down there.
Mm-hmm.
That means you flooded the town while the people was in it. Do you really think that the people that came from overseas, oppressed our people, hung people, killed our children, blew up churches, blew up houses, do you think all of a sudden now they care enough to say, hey, y'all, we about to flood this town. Y'all need to get up out of here?
No.
Do you think now they care?
No.
Man, they flooded that city with every black person in it, with every Indian in it.
Well, ain't nothing new to them. And you let them tell it. We're the criminals. We're the killers.
And they didn't bat an eye.
We're the rapists.
And they didn't bat an eye.
That's like, yeah, that's narcissistic. Like, what? How you gonna do something and be like, oh, well, no, they did it. They're the real true criminals.
Right.
Wait, y'all don't. And then, and if you talk about the history, if you bring it up, like, oh, well, y'all the ones who came over here and killed the Indians, and now it's like y'all trolling them because it's like every Thanksgiving, y'all like, oh yeah, Thanksgiving is when we came and helped the Indians, and it was all kumbaya. No, it wasn't.
Oh, that was the feast the Cherokee had over the treaty they created to take out their own people. That's what that was about. And then the foreigner turned it and stabbed the Cherokee in the back. That's Thanksgiving.
I'm so tired of people talking about, what you did for Thanksgiving? Nothing. I don't celebrate that holiday.
That's Thanksgiving. The beginning of the genocide of the Indians of America to reduce the numbers. And the Cherokees was right there front and center and got stabbed in the back. Spirit ain't playing. You can't play with you can't play with the children of the Most High and think you're going to come away scot-free. It don't work like that. The 400 years is over. What the Cherokees did, they paid for it. Nah, you can't even say Cherokee without some white man getting defensive.
Oh, what are you talking about? What I
You can't even say you're a Cherokee without some white man getting offended.
You're not Indian. No.
What do you mean? You blacks.
You ain't Indian. How dare you tell me to send your medication to the Porch Creek Indian facility?
It's a
and
joke.
You ain't even Indian.
It's a slap in our face. It's a joke. It's a joke. You go right out there to Warrenton, right out there, they be jumping and hollering right out there right now. Everybody out there Caucasian. And they on a supposed Indian reservation, hidden back there in Warrenton. Everybody jumping around back there, white man. European. I'm not gonna just say white man. I'm saying European. It's weird.
It's very
It's
weird.
beyond. That's like skinwalker type stuff. If I take and next thing you know I'm in your closet and you come home and I'm all in your closet. You're like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm finna be you.
Majority of the accounts I've seen, they all about white people. I ain't never seen no black person talking about some skinwalker in my house. Skinwalker pretending to be my dog.
Nah, I seen one black lady. Just one though.
She got a white man in the house.
I don't know, but the dog was white. And then look, so when she came, she said, She said, my dog don't do no tricks like that. And she closed the door on it. The dog just sitting there look. The dog sitting there looking at her like, man, come on, man, don't do me like that, dog.
But the one I was watching, the lady and her baby was in the room and the door was closed. And then I guess the skinwalker was like kind of mimicking her baby. And he was like, come to the door, mommy.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, I mean, he's right here. So who's that? I said, girl, don't open the dang door.
You know where that stuff was happening at? In Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio. That's where that stuff was happening at now. Okay. They don't want to talk about that part.
They sure don't.
That's where that stuff was happening. I saw them videos. One girl was in her room and it was dark, pitch black out there in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody was there but her. And something was like, do. It sounded like her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Open this door. Like, Mom just left. Like, the rules up there in Tennessee and the Appalachian is if you hear your name, you don't respond. If you saw something, no, you didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like those type of rules let you know that you ain't just playing on child's game. You out there in the woods. If you heard your name, no, you don't respond. If you saw something, no, you didn't.
I think it's up there in Tennessee that where I seen a video because it was a lady. They was telling like how it's like a Skinwalker Valley, something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's really like Indian burial ground that came in and massacred the people on. And now that they done built all them houses on there.
Mm-hmm.
And
there you go. The energy ain't playing. The energy is not playing.
Y'all must don't do y'all research before y'all come terrorize people.
No, they don't. You know how many? Look, listen. Let's be honest now. How many folks we done seen come down here and move in the hood? I'm talking about Mayfair, Montclair. Like they moving in the hood, and then they look outside at nighttime. They like, honey. I done heard it over and over and over. I don't think this is what we.
Yeah, you like, wasn't supposed to be here, baby. You're in the hood now, baby.
You understand? It's time to pay.
Several neighbors, white is all outside, and they get mad because something happened down the street. This, that, and third. Like, well, you chose to live here.
That's called a drive-by. Yes, somebody stole your pit bull. You left him outside.
Yes, somebody hit your cat. You left him outside.
Yes, somebody went in your car. You left it unlocked. These are the rules of where you got to learn where you be at. You got to understand where you at.
I have a classmate. She was crying her eyes out because she said somebody like got in her car and stole it. And I was just trying to break down like how it happened. I was like, so you stay here, okay? Did you have your keys with you? She's like, no, my keys was in the car. I said, so these people watched you. I said, not somebody saying these people watched you. Somebody you know, they watched you. Mm-hmm. They recognize that you do not carry your keys. You don't carry your purse. You just literally leave your car unlocked in the front seat or whatever, and you just go in the house. How do you feel just so comfortable? Like, where is your conscience that says, maybe I should bring my keys in the house? I know it may not be like a bad neighborhood, but still, let me just use... She was crying her eyes out. She was like, somebody stole my car. This is not fair. I said, but she wasn't, that's the thing, when she was telling everybody, she wouldn't admit the fact that she had left her car unlocked and she left her keys in the car. And I was like, so 9 to 10, they probably stole it because you either left your keys in the car or you left it unlocked. But she was like, no, I don't think that was it. And then long story short, she left her keys in the car and she left it unlocked. And I was like,
this is America. It's America. It's America, man.
I was like, don't say nothing else about, oh, well, it was me, girl. That happened on purpose.
This is America. Land is full of them out here.
Ain't no way.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't know when it became gangster to leave your car running while you go inside the store and can't see it. Your car like around the corner and it's running. And I'm just looking, you pull up and you think about the old you. You know what I'm saying? Because people just make it easy. It's just, the level of ignorance now that we have in humanity. I'm not gonna say,
I hate that so much.
It's just on a whole nother level. If somebody come tell you, look, man, look at this. No, it ain't. Hey man, the sky's blue. No, it's green. All right, bro, you got it. And you just continue forward. That's where we at now.
Mm-hmm.
People want to be, it's like people want to be deceived until something happens where they see that,
damn, he really was right.
Yeah, I should have thought about that a little different. These are basic brain.
Thought I was about to con you or something. Like you didn't want to believe me the first time around.
Right. All right. Well, whatever.
Well, just like Grandma used to say, sometimes common sense ain't that common.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
My uncle don't think common sense exists at all. There's no such thing. You have people that know and people that's book smart. That's what he said. And I agree. So anyway, is this our show for the evening?
Yeah.
This is our show for the evening. Okay. Mm-hmm. We are very concerned about things that are going on in the country, around the landscape, and what that means for all of us, because let's face it, times are changing. Things
rapidly.
Are changing, rapid pace. And it's almost getting a little bit difficult to keep up with, Loki. So much going on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Most we can do right now is to make sure that we're keeping our heart and our mind in alignment with each other. Mm-hmm. Make sure, what the Asian man said. The Asian man said, there was an Asian doctor, and he said, people think going to the gym is going to create longevity in life. It's not. He said, if you want to live a long, full life, you have to sleep like a dog, drink water like a fish, keep your heart and mind as light as a bird.
Because stress kills. Because stress kills.
So stress kills. Stress the number one killer. Mm-hmm. Stress the number one killer.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all, man. We're going to go ahead and be out of here. We'll be back next week. I'll probably be on in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired. But yeah, it's been Beat in the Brains podcast, man. If you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Facebook, like and share. All right. And yeah, we'll be back next week. You got something else to say? No rants.
Yeah.
No rants.
I did all my rants on Snapchat.
Oh, rants on Snapchat.
So if you want to see him, follow me on Snapchat.
Follow on Snapchat. And OL.
OnlyFans? No.
They've been using that podcast like podcasts on it. Like talk about stuff.
I don't have an OnlyFans.
You notice what it was created for? For this. What we doing
for podcasts?
This is what it was made
for.
Right.
And it went left.
It went left real quick. You know what I'm saying? I guess everybody needed a Pornhub for 2020. All right, y'all. We're going to holler at y'all later on. Peace.
Old school talk, R&B, and hip hop. WPMM online radio.